Hello, Johan. How are you doing?
Pretty good, and you?
I'm excellent. So tell me your
Great
story.
to hear.
What got you
Okay,
here?
what am I doing here? So a quick one. So 5 years ago, I um, took my first mushroom trip in my life because of an anxiety things which I had all my life. There wasn't really any suffering. It wasn't seeking. It
Mhm.
wasn't anything like that. It just, for me, it was just an energy pattern that
Okay.
was there, and I wanted to get rid of.
Okay.
And then the next year or so, several things happened. So I did like mushrooms several times, and not for the experience because that wasn't really interesting. But every time it was like shaking up something, and something fell into place. And
Mhm.
yeah, like now I'm started thinking about it as dissolving belief structures,
Yeah.
that something went away. So the first thing was I lost the ability to filter sensory inputs, which is not necessarily a good thing. So it's kind of open all the time. Next thing was the sense of doership, which disappeared, and it's obvious that talking happens and so on. And all that led to that I tried to figure out what is actually happening, and that led me into like different teachers and so on. Found Tony Parsons as the first thing, which didn't well, nothing to understand, but it wasn't helpful. Finally,
Mhm.
I ended up listening quite a lot to Lisa Cairns,
Okay.
which is saying the same thing, but well, anyway, too much details here.
That's
So
okay.
what has happened was like none of these teachers have really been of much help. I've actually had one-on-ones with several of them,
Okay.
and last year I had an experience which was outside of the like it wasn't drug induced, and I'm not doing lots of
No
mushrooms.
worries.
It's
No
not my
judgment.
lifestyle.
No judgment.
But so I had the very very deep like experience when doing meditation, which I do occasionally, and I felt, oh, I have to kind of get a grip of what is actually happening here, and should I do something and so on.
Mhm.
So I started like more diving into listening more attentively to different teachers and so on. And I spent like the whole year looking in more into like more traditional like Buddhist teachings
Okay.
than Advaita Vedanta, just to discard them because it didn't feel helpful. And it's I also listened to some Rupert Spira, Shanti, that kind of things
Yeah.
also, but everything feels so much mind. It's so much like ideas and concepts, and in some cases, you probably have to be born into a
Mhm.
tradition to even
Yeah.
be possible to have those experiences.
Mhm.
Um, and so the first thing that really started falling into place was a guy, an old man called Sailor Bob,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
which was a student of Nisargadatta, and he has a very very simple message. It's like super simple. It's not intellectual at all. It's all about essentially what you're saying. You're saying it in a different way, but that's the you are already that, and that is like
Mhm.
just to kind of letting go of the ideas that
Okay.
anything else is that.
Yeah.
And so last well uh, trying to get into the end point, but then there isn't really an end point to it, because what you're saying, which I think, I mean, recognize parts of it from Tony Parsons and Jim Newman and so on, but you say it in a very very much more it's not this idea about starving the ego to death and then it will hopefully disappear. It's like not saying no to everything, no, no, no. But you're saying that, but you're actually saying yes, yes, yes instead. You're saying like, that is also it. I think that is like really, really the whole point, which I really believe in. So one of the things that makes me one of the things that is a quote from Sailor Bob, which has kind of opened up for me quite a lot, is that what is wrong right now if you don't think about it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a mind bender, because you realize that, oh yeah, that you can have this gap of not thinking, and in that gap, this is it. Then it is really it. There is no judgment of what is happening and so on. And even I know, I think I haven't listened so much to what you like, the way you talk. Well, I remember that you talked about that even the seeing, the thinking, the sensory, even that is the part of the mind, like a part of the illusion. And I get a hint of that. I mean, it's so easy. I can just, whenever I want, I can just create a small space in which it's obvious that that is so, and there is no. It's just what is. It's not thinking. It's not seeing. It's not of that. It's just what is. So it's really, I can get that. It's not a glimpse, because it's more stable than that. It's obvious in one sense. But it's not this exuberant hurrah that I've heard you say many times. It's more like, I kind of get it. Of course, I don't. It's subtle. I don't get it while it is in the gap, of course, because in the gap there is no such thinking and understanding or whatever. But I'm aware of it afterwards. It's not that I disappear or anything, but it's just like, you can't both experience. Well, this is my words for it. You can't both experience it and notice it at the same time. Because the moment you notice it, then you have already started your brain activity. So that's pretty much where things are. So my the question, this is when you since I've experienced in several ways myself, that when you come, like, using words here, but if before something has become obvious, it's obviously not obvious, and after the fact it is obvious, and then it's almost hard to grasp why you could even think that way. So it's like, it's hard to so this is like a more of a, like, I'm definitely not, I'm still in this process, whatever it should be called. But I think you get what I mean.
So what I try to express, I can't really express because it's very direct. So it's not in thoughts, not in words, not in concepts, not in negating it, saying that it's not this or no, whatever. It's not even yes, to be honest with you. It just appears that way. What's between a no and a yes?
Nothing.
Not even nothing, because that's just another thought. If you can't go to the past, because that's a thought. If you can't go to the future, what's here? If you can't even use nothing.
Well, then it comes to that, but that's also worded to say what is. I mean, that is what is what is.
I don't even use the word what is anymore. See, I don't know if you've been following me for the past 2 years. It doesn't matter if you haven't. I have kept on changing it over and over and over again, different angles and everything, because the apparent mind is quite tricky. It adapts quite quickly. So it can listen to Sailor Bob and it can adapt to everything that Sailor Bob is saying, and then mix it into a landing, although that's not Sailor Bob's intention. It can go into the Tony Parsons kind of like way of saying it, and then it becomes another belief system. So, Johan, what do you believe?
I don't know. I really don't know.
There you go.
I mean,
okay.
is it,
So if there's the I don't know there, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Is there an I to know or an I not to not know?
So since I know this is there is a very what has happened here is that this sense of the way I describe it is that there is no one really having an opinion anymore.
Yeah.
So it has been a gradual weakening of. But if you ask me, is there an I there?
But who believes that I?
Sorry?
Who believes that subtle I? What's that subtle belief of that I?
Well, you can say that is the story that I tell you to describe something that is.
But who again has the story?
I don't know.
Okay, good. So what's between I don't know and I know?
I mean, I have a problem with to think I know.
Yeah.
I mean, what has disappeared is the feeling that I know.
Okay.
And also let's
even corner that a little bit, because that's just coming more into stories. Sorry.
Okay.
If you want some brutal directness, then let's go for it, right?
Absolutely. So sure.
Everything that you're referring to is about the thought about the past, and that doesn't exist. So if you can go to the past or the future, what do you have?
If I can't.
Yeah, you can't, because it's the past or the future. There's no reality to it, right? So what is here?
I can't say this because that's not the word anymore. No. I mean, like any either is no answer to your question.
Yeah, but that's based on the past again. You're just coming up with something that you've heard from before or you thought of before. What if you're coming here fresh and new? You know, what's between the past and the future when you can't, when the world of now is also an illusion. The world of time is an illusion.
I don't have any answer.
Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong with I don't have any answer, borrowing from Sailor Bob?
What is, sorry, I didn't understand.
What is wrong with I don't have any answer?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have
so
any answer.
The mind, the me, the self, whatever, only can go to the past and the future. So what if there's no future and there's no answer? So it's obvious here.
Sorry, what did you say?
If if you can't go to the future because there's, you know, there's just another thought.
But I feel that I'm just reacting to your questions, and then
that's just another thought about the thought about
coming up and thinking.
The thought, that's just another thought about the past, right? You're trying to go back into the knowledge. What's in between knowledge and no knowledge?
So this is how it feels to me, and I'm really comfortable with you being as brutal as you want. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
I'm not trying to protect anything here, but if the only answer that comes up, and of course that is also a thought, is I don't know. I mean,
so
there is a blank here.
So if there's a blank here, right, then there's really nowhere to go to the past or the future. It's just blank. And in this blankness, there's this subtlety, like an isness that does not need to be known because it doesn't have a past or future. What if you're stuck with right now, where there's nothing to know? No past, no future. Yeah. Then there's clarity here, but it doesn't have any words, doesn't it? There's a peace.
There is a fog.
That's just another
kind
thought.
of.
That's just another past thing. What if you unpeel that? That's just a word. What if you unpeel that and then what's there? If you take away that word fog. What if you can go to the past or the future because that's just thought? They don't exist. And there's this thoughts are just like bookends, past and future. What if that is just there's this wide openness here? There's this clarity here without words, without thoughts, without comprehension, without understanding. What already is. It's just often overlooked because the thinking, the whole construct of Johan is the thought. So the thought will keep on coming up either about the past or future when there's no such thing. You will say that there's a fog here. That's just an idea about the past. There is confusion. That's just another thing. I can't seem to get there. So all of this seeming, appearances will keep on trying. But there's something in the middle, something in this neutrality. What is belief and no belief? Try to go there. What is between concept and no concept? What's between a self or no self? What's between me or no me? There's a clarity, but no words. What's between doing and non-doing? And there's like a hum here, like a really subtle hum. It's permanent. It's not about you hearing it because you hearing it creates another finite movement, but it's here. Thoughts are just delusions. Thoughts will try to come up to obscure what's already clear. It's just like a brain, it's like a brainwash of words and thoughts and beliefs. But the words, beliefs, the self, the mind can't go in between, in the gap. But the gap actually is not a gap. Actually, it's spacious. Without the guarding of the thought about the past or the future, because those are illusions. It's wide open. And there's an often, missed or overlooked or like a directness. It's like an energetic transmission with no subject object. It's everywhere. The thoughts will try to come in and will try to say that this is not it. But but that's just another thought about the past. It's trying to make up something of something that can't be made up here. There's something here that can't be made up. Some people say it's like a soft ring, like a soft hum. How are you doing, Johan?
Good.
Good. Yeah. There's a piece here that is so clear. It's like it's so subtle that you don't even notice it, but it's here. It's always here. Not a belief, not a non-belief.
I noticed when you kind of blocked my tries to put labels on what was happening. I
Mm-hmm.
just noticed the tendency to move
Oh
away
yeah, yeah.
from,
Oh yeah.
and then I thought also about what you are repeating all the time, or you, maybe I've stopped repeating it, but it wasn't really a thought in that sense. It was more of an acceptance that
Yeah.
the tendency to think is also a part of what is,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. But again, what's between thinking and non-thinking? You're just really thinking that you're thinking, but that's just another thought.
Mm.
Yeah. Everything that will try to come up to try to persuade you to negotiate that um, there's something missing is just a thought.
Mm.
A thought will maintain a thought to create a thought to maintain a thought about reality. But reality is just a thought.
There is normally not much thoughts here.
Yeah.
Um, it's and this has been for quite a long time, that it's almost like someone is talking, but
Yeah.
very softly, way back, and
Yeah.
because no one is listening
But
anymore,
what
I
if that's
don't
just
really care
but
about that.
but that was what that is just another thought. That's just another landing.
The which one?
What you're
My
just saying.
description of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
another landing. It's just another thought. It's
How do you
it,
mean landing?
it has a position now that there it's not much thoughts anymore and everything, which is just another thought.
Mm.
And that's the trap sometimes because you get complacent or get used to that kind of thing, right? It's just the past
Well,
again.
I mean, spent some time trying to understand something.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The-
But what if understanding is just another thought? What if it doesn't matter? It doesn't
yeah,
matter any
yeah.
understanding, right? So sometimes the
Mm.
biggest obstacle here is the hoarding that we think that we know or we understand. But understand is just the etymology of understand is to stand under one's authority.
Mm.
What if we take away all the authority, like understanding, knowing, and kind of stuff, and so that what this is seen clearly without the idea that I almost got this, because I almost got this is just another thought. The reason I know this because I was there for quite a long time.
Mm.
Yeah. What is in between? I got this, and I I don't get it because the mind is still trying to control the show by trying to say that you know what the thoughts are not relevant anymore. It's soft now and everything. So you know what? I'm okay, right? This is good for me, right? But that
Mm.
maintains again that there is someone
Mm.
that there's still something missing, right? It's just a different way of communicating it.
Mm.
Yeah. What if you can't really use the past or the future? And what if there's just this moment right now? And this moment doesn't have a past or a future. So any thoughts that try to create just is irrelevant. Any. Even I don't have much thoughts, that's still a thought. I don't have
Mm.
thoughts, that's still a thought.
Mm.
And
I still feel the need to express something in this
no
conversation
worries.
also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No worries. No
So
worries.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Sorry if I'm
it's
being too harsh. But you said
no,
go ahead.
no, no. Yeah, yeah. Well, is this all you got? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm really listening to this, and I notice, yeah, what you say is true. I mean that when you ask these questions, it is really not. I can obviously not answer them,
Yeah.
and if I
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to, then I of course activated them. And
Yeah.
as you
But
say,
Johan,
like
just as
any
just as
explanation,
mhm.
yeah,
You said okay, I just have to close my door. Just a second, sorry.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure, no, no problem. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Oh, I'm so red. Just a second. It's okay. So all that you've got really is thoughts. And that's what you keep on coming up with, is what I'm trying to point out, right? All the framework of Johan is just based on thoughts. It will go to the past to try to make it relevant, try to go to the future saying that, is this all that you have? That kind of thing. Can you give me some more? When what's being pointed here directly over and over again is that if you can't use your thoughts whatsoever, there's no time, there's no future. If you can't use concepts or beliefs or understandings or knowledge, right? What's really here? What's in between a thought and no thought? What's between real and unreal? And you've come up with an answer. What's in between that? And what's in between that? And what's in between that? The self is trying to go somewhere, but it has nowhere to land. It will keep on trying to go to the future, the next, because it's getting called out that it's neither real
So what
or
do you
not
say?
real. It's getting called out, right? Because it's being direct with it. The middle, there's no self. Self or no self can go anywhere, right? Because it's there's no such thing as in the middle. The mind can't comprehend that. So it tries to go to the past or the future because it's afraid to get figured out that it's irrelevant. You will only go to opposites. When it comes in directness, it doesn't exist. There's just this emptiness, like a peace, because there's no more opposing things. There's no more past or future, not even a now. Every single word is made up. If you look up a word, it will just come up with more words. If you engage in a thought, it just engages in more thoughts. Even if you say don't have much thoughts anymore, that's still a thought. But there's this serenity, you know what I'm saying? That's in between everything. An isness, a directness. Neither you or not you, neither self or not no self. It's just, you can't name it. It's unthinkable. And the belief that there's you that is almost there is just another belief. What's between a belief and no belief?
Yeah.
It's the I don't know, really. And in that clarity, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not knowing or, whatever. There's this directness. The directness is always avoided by thoughts. And then you'll have a feeling, and the feeling is hijacked by a thought that this is not it. So it's still a thought. Any movement. It's like playing a chess with stillness. And every move that you make, every thinking that you make is checkmate. Because this never really moves.
So it's this, what would you call this, creating this, or I can't put words because I'm a little bit worried about saying not the wrong thing, but
That's okay.
yeah, I
That's
know
okay.
that, yeah.
That's okay.
But
Wrong or right is
you,
the same thing.
yeah, you point out this space in which the mind cannot really
It
do
cannot go there.
anything.
Yeah, it cannot
So
go there. It's like the abyss. It's like the void. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. It's empty. The mind tries to go to, space and time, basically, right? It tries to go, it uses time, but there's really no time aside. If there's no thought, then there's no time. If there's no time, then there's no thought. So it's
But
in the
our
illusion of
thought,
time. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have some questions.
Go ahead. Go ahead with some questions. Yeah.
No,
It will try to go to the
yeah,
future. So we'll try to come up with a question, right? So what if the question is irrelevant
well,
because it will just try to find out
yeah,
something
but
that
is because what you are doing now is
Mhm.
when you're talking is that you are putting these questions that puts my mind into a space or a place where it is silent,
Yeah.
because it cannot really figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So it doesn't exist
And
if it can't figure it out.
no,
Yeah.
so then
You will
in
fight.
half an hour I will do other stuff.
No. But
how
you're going to the future again, right? You're setting yourself for failure again, right? Because
no,
there is a belief
yeah,
now
okay.
in a half an hour, right? But there's no half an hour. What's half an hour? It's just a thought. So what I'm trying to say is it's okay. It's not about getting rid of the thoughts, seeing that they're all irrelevant, that they're all lies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
that is an easy buy for sure.
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Yeah. But for who?
Mm. I thought.
Okay. But is there a thought really?
No, I know that there is what I described as the gap is where there is no such thing. It's
Yeah.
obvious because there is no mind and there is no
Yeah.
there is no function for it. But I mean,
The thing is, you're too intelligent and the intelligence becomes a hindrance. This has nothing to do with intelligence.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can say everybody thinks that I'm thinking too much.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking.
Don't worry. I thought it was
1/10 of what.
I thought
Sorry.
I was so intelligent too that I think that I kept on figuring this out. I almost got this, but it took me 20 years, you know what I'm saying, to finally admit
Yeah.
that I have no clue what this is. I have no idea.
And that is, if you would ask me, and now I'm talking about me, that is what I would say. I mean, I have no clue.
There you go. So what's wrong with no clue?
Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
So where's there to go if there's no clue? If there's no ideas?
Well, there is this recurring feeling in the body, but now I'm expressing a thought again.
That's a thought because yeah,
yes.
The thoughts are all irrelevant. You know what? You're right in the story. You already have clarity, but you keep on fucking it up by thinking about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I mean, I don't want to wait 20 years.
No.
And who is I, and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. No, there is no need here to understand anything.
No. Okay. So catch
that.
Stop it. If you can't, there's no need to understand. Then what is there then? because you keep on touching it, and you keep on, you know what, screwing it up by you know what I'm saying, because you get there and then you're like, okay, there's nothing to understand, stay there. If there's no past and there's no future, then there was really no need to understand. This better be it. If there's no past or future, you have no choice. The only thing that you think that you have is thinking, and all thinking is irrelevant. Everyone, every single one, every single thought, even feelings get hijacked by a thought. Yeah. So if there's no past and there's no future, then this must be it. Because I don't know if you're beginning to see that thoughts are just past and future.
No, not fully, but I kind of. I mean, it's like obviously like a comparison with something, or there is a feeling, a need for expressing something or reacting to something, and there's all these systems that are connecting. So in that sense, of course, it's history. But I mean, the more like what makes more sense, whatever forever who is when it was to say that thoughts are irrelevant, because that is obviously the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, the thinking,
yeah.
the thinking process is
it's like a virus.
This is a quote from me 5 years ago. I've never thought a good thought in all my life. And my friends were laughing at me, but I felt like that. It's the thinking process is just
It's just it's neither good or bad. You even haven't had a bad thought. Because they what you're
no, of course, but this was more
but
of a
what's
joke.
missing out is that the I is just a thought. It's not an I thought. It's just a thought. There's no I. It's just a thought. Yeah. There's no belief. It's just a thought. There's no true. It's just a thought. There's no reality. It's just a thought. There's no time. It's just a thought. Everything is a thought. And it's so simple as that. You don't even have to believe or understand or learn anything. Just the moment that you catch a thought is a thought. What is a thought? I have no idea what it is. And that's okay. Because the moment that I have more ideas of what a thought is, that's just more thought. Then I'll just keep on thinking and thinking and thinking. And, it's a loop, right? So the thought maintains a thought about a thought. But what a thought is just a thought. Who knows what a thought is? Who knows? Because knowing is just a thought. So there's nothing to know. There's nothing to go. So in between thoughts and no thoughts, what's there? There's just clarity without words. We caught up in words. Every single word is made up. Clarity without words. That's it. And if a word comes up, it's made up. If a word comes up, it's made up. A thought is just made up of words. So a thought is a bunch of made up words, basically. There's no reality to it. Even reality is a thought. It's a word. It's made up.
Struck me very strongly the other day about beliefs and how when a belief has disappeared, then there is no like solidity in whatever was believed.
Yeah.
But
that's just another belief.
No, it's a intellectual idea about something.
It's just intellectual seesaw, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Belief, even no belief, is still a belief. Doubt is just belief as well.
Sorry, what did you say?
Even doubt is just another version of belief.
Mm.
Yeah. It's still utilizing the mind that does not exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. The moment that it thinks again, then it believes, it understands, it thinks, but that's just all thought. Belief is just a thought.
And no belief is just a thought.
Exactly. Yeah. It all comes down to thoughts.
Mm.
If you want to go further, it all comes down to words. All words are made up. Every single word that's been ever uttered is made up. Consciousness, God, nothing, everything. So let's just say this really clearly. All of the teachers and speakers are just selling you words, hoping that you believe what they say.
Sorry, you what?
Hoping that they believe what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just really sobriety from words, thoughts, beliefs. That's it. The more that you get intoxicated with another concept, then you keep on going again, you know?
Yeah.
It can feel nice, but you know what? What's nice again is just another word.
No, but I mean,
You're done with that.
whatever. Now, yeah, definitely. But I mean, I know that this is also a thought, but there is, if there is a trajectory, which of course it cannot be, but then it's not to understand something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
But not to
totally
understand is also
uninterested
an,
in it.
yeah, not to
Yeah,
understand is
I
another
get it.
understanding. You see what I'm happening? It's
I
just
get that.
polarities. It's just polarity. Yeah.
But and what you're saying is that all thoughts are untrue. They are
Yeah.
not true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's a mirage.
mm.
It's a hallucination.
What is the thought that about a beingness, existence? Then
That's another thought. Everything is a
do
thought.
you exist?
I neither believe or not believe. Just another word. Exist or not exist. Same thing.
Mm.
But there's something here that is unthinkable and knowable that neither exists or not exist.
Mm.
Yeah. I neither believe or not believe.
Mm.
I just see the
No.
fallacy, the immediacy, in the immediacy that all words, everything that'll come up is just a thought. And every thought is neither real or not real, because those are just thoughts. It's in between. So thoughts are also empty, is what I'm trying to say.
Empty.
Yeah. Irrelevant, empty, void, abyss. It's just appearing as whatever thought you have, as, you know, it creates this delusion of reality when there's no reality whatsoever. Or there's not even an illusion, it's just another thought. What's between reality and illusion?
Mm.
There's a clarity here that's unthinkable, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
If there are no thoughts, it's already the case. Meaning that it's already the case because thought don't really exist.
Mm.
Yeah. There's an awakeness that's not moving. There's a silence that's subtle. There's a peace that's unknowable. And that's what's direct. That's what's in between opposing thoughts.
You said even stop talking about this is it.
Yeah. Because the thought will basically opt that as another landing, another position. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's why I really prefer the one-on-ones now, because it's very direct.
Mm.
Although my two-day event actually did zap out a couple of people in the group settings.
Zap out?
Yeah, they just went. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen my one-on-ones. Have you seen my one-on-ones? Oh, you haven't? Oh my goodness. I have maybe 100 one-on-ones of people just zapping out.
What is zapping out?
Basically, the mind goes away and there's clarity. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that the end they're seeking after seeing those videos. Right. So because I'm just not talking about concepts anymore, or ideas or beliefs. Yeah. This is it, can be a belief system. So I pull it out. Already the case becomes another belief system, pull it out, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
Mind latches on
Yeah.
to something.
Quite fast. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that is what it's made for.
That's just a
Like when
thought.
it comes to make a fire and cook food and
Yeah, of
whatever,
course. Yeah. You know what?
solving
It's
practical problems.
it's great. Yeah. But when it becomes your belief system that there's
Yeah,
something,
that already.
then it's screwed up, right? Because then it has taken an identity. It doesn't have an identity. Identity is just a thought. Your thoughts have nothing to do with you. You is just a thought. So if you can go to the past or the future, what's wrong with right now? I'm aping a Sailor Bob. I just add a little bit more to it, right? Because the past and the future, that's thoughts can only exist in the past and the future. There are no thoughts that's direct. Because words are made up. So how can you, make up, like you'll be speaking a brand new language? There's only silence. But it appears as these words coming out. It appears as two people talking. But without the words and the thoughts, are there even two people talking here, or even words coming out? Whereabouts are you, Johan?
Sorry?
Whereabouts are you?
Where?
Where do
I
you
didn't
live?
understand it.
Where do you live?
Sweden.
What's that?
Stockholm. Stockholm.
Oh, in Sweden.
Sweden.
Oh, Sweden. Okay. Okay. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Peaceful?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. What's the thought? Nothing?
No thoughts.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Who have you done one-on-ones with before? A whole bunch?
Oh,
Everyone?
a bunch. Yeah. I shouldn't name.
That's okay.
No, but I felt that yeah, the thing is, I haven't been like seeking. I haven't been suffering. And it is nothing. It has more been a curiosity-driven process than anything else. So but it's still weird because there's some, yeah. This is, I haven't really. This is what you're saying is great, really, really good. I haven't really. No one has really said something that has helped me. Well, sail a boat then.
Yeah.
but yeah. So the one-on-ones have been a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
I had to like. Well, never mind. But it's where people actually are, and my impression about so many teachers and so much teaching is that it's so much mind,
it's mind
so
stuff,
much construction,
Yeah.
and apparently they can reach some level of peace, I guess, with that system, within that system. But I mean, there is no way I can adapt the system. There's like it's obviously, I'm not looking for the perfect system. I'm looking for the non-system, the falling away of system. But I know all these words can also is also thoughts, whatever. It's it. But so the teachings and so there's been the only thing.
That did you do the radical non-duality too? Did you do the one-on-ones with that too, or no? More the radical non-duality.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Because if you look at it, teachings and not teachings are also teachings. It's just an opposite again, right?
Yeah.
One will say it's all awareness, and then one will say it's no me.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And one will say.
But the moment that you concept there's labels and concepts, then you, of course, yeah. It's but I
this is a deconstruction. This is a deconstruction.
Well, it's a deconstruction in a new way, because I've been like, as you noted, there is even the subtle thought is a thought, and it comes from somewhere. And the moment when I've been like, I am like, this has been obvious that it works like that, but what you pointed out now is really that what I thought was okay. I'm not talking about you judging, but like that it has been obvious that thoughts are not true.
Yeah.
But the initial thought, the thing that starts to explain something, whatever, is also not true.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like, I have somehow still felt that some thoughts are at least little true.
Yeah.
And I just have to root out
every single one. Even the thought that I got it is a thought.
Yeah.
Even the thought that, because again, the subtlety of it is that there is a landing. There is a position. So when there's a position, then there's still time. Then it's time-based. So if it's time-based, then you might go away, or I don't have it yet. Same thing. What I'm trying to point out is the permanence. It doesn't matter what thoughts come and go, because they're completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter how it feels, because that's completely irrelevant, because they're just hijacked by a thought, labeled as a thought, as something missing or something wrong. So if you really look at it, there's just this permanent piece, because whatever seems to appear is irrelevant. Not a technique, not a whatever, but it's just clarifying, deconstructing, unprogramming, basically, right? The mind is a hoarder. So the latest hoarding that you have is like, I have subtle thoughts now. It's not, that's still a thought.
Mm.
Yeah. It's looking for a good pat on the back, but I'm not going to do that.
No, I don't know. I would probably get worried if someone pats me on the back. Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this leads you with nothing, really. It's just empty. If you can't use that thought, if you can't use progress or lack of it, then this must be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't
There
think
is
of
there is some kind of tension that when you ask these things, yes, there is a silence or that there is no position, but it also feels like a tension.
But what if it's a tension if you unlabel it?
Yeah.
That's just another subtle thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
I have nothing more to say.
Good. Good. I'll stop this recording.